Hey, Coach Colin Castello here with Shot Mechanics Basketball, and today we've got another NBA shooting secrets. This time it's Kyle Lowry edition. Alright, so Kyle Lowry has developed into one of the best point guards in the entire league, and his ability to score the basketball kind of separates him from a lot of your average point guards, and shooting has a big part to do with that. So today we're going to talk about a few of the key mechanics that he uses on his jumper to hit more shots, and maybe you can add it to your jumper to see if you can hit more shots. So try these out and see if they help your game.
Alright, so first let's talk about the narrow landing on Kyle Lowry's jumper. Now, a lot of coaches will tell you that you have to land with your feet shoulder width apart to be properly on balance. Now, that's a bit of a shooting myth, and if you look at guys like Kyle Lowry, a lot of them will land narrow on their jump shot because their feet are sweeping forward. And many times by starting your jumper with a little bit more narrow of a stance, it's going to end in a more narrow finish. And what's crazy is many times you can get better lift and better pop with a narrower stance. So check out on this deep jumper how narrow Kyle's feet start and how far they sweep forward. This gives him a much more effortless shot because he can put a ton of energy into the basketball. So experiment with the width of your landing and the width of your takeoff and find the perfect combination for you. It might not be exactly what you think it is. Next, let's talk about Kyle Lowry's off-ball movement. Now, I know this doesn't have much to do with his mechanics, but it is a big reason why he hits so many shots in a game. Kyle's a master of moving without the basketball so he can get an open jumper in pretty much any situation. This is one reason why he actually finishes a ton in the paint, is because his defender's chasing him around these different screens. So let's break down a couple examples for you. So check out on this play, he swings the ball to a cutting DeMar DeRozan. At this point, his defender's turning his head and coming to help on the drive from DeRozan. So instead of standing in the same spot, Kyle Lowry shifts along the three-point line to make it a longer distance for his defender to close out once the pass is made. Just a little off-ball movement like this can make a huge difference in your scoring, so always be looking to move without the basketball. The game gets a lot easier if you're shooting wide open shots instead of contested shots. And now let's look at one of my favorite ways to get an open jump shot, and something that Kyle Lowry does really well, and that's setting a ball pick. So it all starts by you just going and setting a screen for the guy who's dribbling the basketball. Now many times this will force your man to hedge high on the ball handler, and if they don't switch, you're going to have a wide open slip for an open jump shot. This is a situation that many times the defense messes up the communication, so it results in an open jumper a lot more than you think it would. So those are just a couple examples of things that Kyle Lowry does with off-ball movement to get wide open jumpers. So keep in mind that standing still on the basketball court is rarely a good idea, and many times setting screens is actually a great way to get open jumpers for yourself. Alright, now let's talk about Kyle Lowry's shot line. Now the shot line is the path that the ball takes as you're bringing it up into your jumper. Many coaches will tell you that you have to bring the ball up your body on the same side as your shooting arm, but that's simply just not the case. Watch as Kyle loads into his jump shot that he brings the ball up the left side of his body, which is away from his dominant shooting hand. This is actually something that a lot of good shooters do, guys like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and even myself. As long as your motion's smooth and the ball's getting to the set point in the proper location, it doesn't really matter how it gets there. And this is something that a lot of shooting coaches screw up because they think that you have to do it one way when really there's multiple ways to skin a cat. So if it's comfortable, don't worry too much about your shot line. Just make sure that it's getting to the right spot on your set point so your release is accurate and straight.
If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and then head to the comment section down below that and let me know what breakdown you want to see next. Again, this is a channel for the people, by the people. I run pretty much everything off request, so leave it down there and hopefully I'll get to it. And if you're new to Shot Mechanics, you're going to want to do two things. Number one, hit that subscription button down below because we put out a ton of videos every week and they're all going to get you better. Number two, you're going to want to click this button up here or the link in the description, get a free copy of my #1 scoring workout. This is a workout that's going to increase your scoring average probably the very first time you use it, and it's going to change the way that you think about your training and your scoring. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. All right, again, I'm Coach Colin Castello with Shot Mechanics Basketball. Thank you for watching, and until next time, splash on.